Devin, was that for us?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome everyone. It's great to be back with this group and always happy and excited to share with you several of the many things we've been doing over the past year now. It's been a year now. So um, glad to be able to come back together. Hoping everyone had a wonderful holiday season and was able to enjoy some time away, and that the new year has started off well for you. I know if you're like us, it's been full speed ahead since we got back from the break. So we're happy to see everybody today, and we apologize to anyone having some technical issues with your cameras. Hopefully, we'll be able to at some point get those resolved throughout the day, and if not, the show must go on. So we'll just do what we can and um, keep on keeping on. So at this time, I would like to shift things to Dr. Jennifer Stafford, who is our Associate Commissioner here in the Office of Assessment and Accountability. I think the last time that we met, Rhonda Sims was still the Associate Commissioner. But again, as noted, it's been a year since we have been able to meet, and during that time, Rhonda decided that she wanted to see what it felt like to be on the other side, and so she opted to retire and has since done a lot of traveling and sent us some wonderful pictures. And I'm sure if she could be here right now, that she would tell us that she misses seeing everyone and getting the chance to chat with you, but she's not coming back. So, so I don't know, Jennifer, are you on? I saw that you had joined earlier. Are you available this
I
time?
am. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Kevin,
Yes,
and good
ma'am.
morning, everyone. Happy New Year. And as Kevin said, I was had the fortunate opportunity to take on the role of Associate Commissioner here in the Office of Assessment and Accountability after our good friend and colleague Rhonda Sims retired, and she is enjoying her time and is quickly becoming proficient at retirement. So I'm sure that she would say greetings as well. We're so excited to have you here for these next 2 days. We've got a very good agenda. We look forward to the conversation today, the collaboration, and the good discussions that we anticipate that will move us forward in Kentucky. We appreciate you, your talents, your time that you give up to spend with us and focus on Kentucky. And so we really appreciate the time that you are dedicating to us. So thank you again. And we have a full agenda to work through. So I'll turn it back over to Kevin or maybe Laura.
No, I'm next. I'm next. I am going to before we get started, again, want to welcome everyone to today's meeting. As a reminder to all of our presenters today, in order to share your slides, you will need to take control of the slides. I just took control of the slides from Ben or Devin, I'm not sure which, but um, each presenter will take control of the slides. Upon conclusion of your presentation, please wait for the next presenter to take control of those slides. We do not want to stop sharing. I was told, do not push the red button. And so that red button is the stop sharing signal. So I don't know if it'll implode, or they didn't give me the secrets, but definitely want to just be aware that once you take control, just hold, and then the next presenter will take control from you and start the next section. So before I hand the meeting over to our facilitators, Laura and the center, for review of the agenda for today, I want to go over the expectations for conducting the virtual meetings. The meeting must comply with the requirements of the Open Meetings Act. Accordingly, KTAC members must ensure their video is streaming and unfortunately, with I think Elena was having issues, so we will just make note of that. But there's nothing we can do in that scenario. But for those that can, they need to be seen throughout the duration of the meeting. So as long as we're actually actively in a meeting, obviously not during breaks, but actively engaged in the meeting, the camera will need to be on if that's an option of availability. Committee members, please mute your microphone when not talking. However, all discussions must be broadcast to the public. Therefore, be sure your microphone is not on mute when you speak. Every time you speak during the meeting, please unmute your mic, state your name, and take a short pause. This will give the software time to recognize you. And then please silent or turn off other electronic devices that may cause disruption to your sound feed. Minutes will be taken and shared with the general public on the KD website when available. In addition, KRS 1586455, which is our accountability measure, requires that the department submit reports regarding the advice and recommendations of the committee to the Office of Education Accountability by July 1st and December 1st of each calendar year. So that was all my announcements. And at this time, I will hand things over to Laura and our friends from this center to get the thing started. So Laura, if you want to take control, I will gladly pass this over to you.
I have taken control. Good morning to everybody. My name is Laura Pensino. I'm an associate at the Center for Assessment and one of the co-leads for this technical advisory committee. I will echo the welcome that have been presented already. We're so glad you're here and looking forward to today's meeting. My role at this time is twofold. First, I'm going to walk through the agenda for the day. Secondly, our first kind of official agenda item is to have a moment to review and discuss the meeting minutes from our last convening. So to that end, we've done our welcome. We're going to do some introductions in just a moment. After we review and approve, you'll have an opportunity to vote on the meeting minutes. A good bulk of our time today is going to be talking about the science standard setting. As you may recall, there was a remote science standard setting that took place in early September of 2025. Our friends from Pearson will share about that event and the outcomes of that. We also had an independent review that was conducted, and Dr. Erica Landa will be here to share her summary and findings from that review. We also have an opportunity to kind of dig into that and have some conversation about the event and the outcomes of that overall. Next, we're shifting into, and from there, we'll shift in the idea of kind of looking at science items and how those are developed. We'll hear again from folks at Pearson and sort of content specialists in that space. So we're really in a science frame of mind for a good bulk of today. From there, we will transition to some other topics, specifically a study on including speech to text and accommodations into equating considerations. So we'll discuss that. That's going to be later in the afternoon, after our afternoon break. We're picking up on a topic that we discussed both last January and in the prior October of 2024, which is considerations and review of the item bank, really thinking about how to ensure that there's a healthy bank of items and a good refresh plan for items across the various assessments for KDE. We'll wrap up the day with an update about the Kentucky United We Learn Council. If you remember, that's an effort to kind of rethink assessment and accountability across the state, leaning heavily into supporting local accountability initiatives. So we'll kind of hear about that. There's some exciting transitions happening there as well, really thinking about high school and what that looks like in Kentucky and the Commonwealth. And then we'll have some time to discuss future TAC meeting plans. And our plan is that we will adjourn at 4 today. It is a brisk pace with pretty tight timelines on a lot of these topics. We understand that going into it, but we'll do our best to make sure we use our time efficiently across these agenda items. Are there any questions about the agenda? Okay. Next, we did have an item to make sure that we take time to do introductions. So I think we will do that quickly and then we will discuss our meeting minutes. So I'm going to invite our TAC members first to introduce themselves, and I'm going to go down my list as I see, it's just alphabetical as I see the list of, oh, sorry, Kevin.
Yeah, I think the plan was just to have the TAC members to introduce themselves, and then the presenters throughout the day could just introduce themselves
Perfect.
as they came on. So
That makes good sense. You had mentioned that having folks introduce themselves as they come on. I didn't know if we also wanted to do it in whole. So this makes good sense. Thank you. We
Yes, ma'am.
will change your plans. Forget what I just said. We'll just, again, reiterate that we're asking you to introduce yourselves as you speak. That will help folks, especially those who are not able to see video.
Thanks, Laura.
Yeah, no, thank you for that clarification. So with that, we do have an initial action item, and this provides an opportunity for me also to remind us all about one other aspect of these virtual meetings, which is we do keep track of kind of start and end time. We will have some reason to vote throughout the meetings, and this is our first opportunity in reviewing the meeting minutes from our January 28th, 2025 meeting. We do ask for TAC members to make motion, and we look for a second, and we'll call that to vote in order to approve the minutes. Additionally, as a reminder, throughout the meeting, we being myself and my colleague, Chris Tomaszewski, we're keeping track of the recommendations that are emerging in the discussion on the various topics we have on our agenda. We will be asking TAC members also to review and approve those recommendations at the end of each day. The way we're going to try that this time around, though, is to sort of embed that review in each agenda item. So we'll be keeping track of the recommendations, and before we transition from one agenda item to the next, we're going to ask you to take a look at those recommendations and make sure that they reflect the conversation fully. And then we'll, again, vote at the end of the day for that. And I'm just remembering right now that I meant to update that TAC recommendations document, and I will put that link in there right now. So when you go to the web page that we sent you, or if you're already on that page, if you refresh it, there's a link to that recommendations document. We're also keeping notes during the meeting, so if you're not seeing things populate there, it's probably because I'm taking notes and you.